I know that I'm going to be a bit vulnerable in this video. The video has to be made regardless. Losing a parent is something that no one, prepares for, no one expects, no one wants to experience. And I remember, how I got a random call from my dad's wife. I didn't pick up. I'm not really one that puts my phone on do not disturb like that, especially because I'm a business person and calls can come in at any time. But that fateful evening, I don't know what happened. I put my phone on do not disturb, maybe mistakenly or purposely. I can't really remember. But what I know was I woke up at 2 a.m. and I saw missed calls from my daddy's wife. And I was like, why is she calling me? Like, she's never called me before. I mean, except maybe he wants to use her phone to speak with me. The call I remember was by around 10 p.m. thereabout. I mean, that was when everything was happening and they were trying to get through to me and I didn't pick up. So when I saw that call, I was like, I'll call in the morning. Like, I didn't think anything was going wrong. So in the morning, I was like, okay, I'm going to call my dad back. I'm going to call her back or call my dad much later that day. It kind of skipped my mind that morning because I had to, prepare for work. So I remember just as I got to the office, my dad's call came in that morning, and I was like, oh, hello. It happened to be my daddy's wife talking, and the next thing she said is, Daddy's dead. And I was like, well, I said I was going to call you back much later after work or something. And she was like, well, he's dead. I'm like, what happened? I was still very much in disbelief. That kind of threw me. I mean, imagine early in the morning, the first call you're getting is that kind of news. So I rushed down to the house because I don't live with my dad. So I rushed down to the house and I realized that it was true that he had passed on that morning. Basically, he had a little bit of a crisis um the evening before when they were calling me. That was when they rushed him to the hospital, and then you know he gave up in the early hours of the morning. I was really, really in disbelief because I used to remember how my dad would say, the day I'm going to die, I'm going to sleep and not wake up. It would be such a peaceful death. To think that my dad had to go through so much pain, bleed till his death is like very painful. It's a very painful death. I don't wish for anybody. He bled for hours. Even at the mortuary, my dad was still bleeding. He looked like he had so much life in him. I mean, death came. I just took it as, you know what, death came. I cried my eyes out because I've been away for a long time and this was like the period that I had to spend with my dad. And I'm just happy that while we got to spend time together, he experienced me and I experienced him. I'm going to miss us, booking appointments. I'm going to miss him pulling up at my house, calling my name. I'm going to miss him bringing me goodies. I'm going to miss him sending me prayers. There's just so many things I'm going to miss about my dad. He's a good man. He's one man that doesn't have an enemy. He is an amazing person. Just so sad that he didn't get to reap the fruit of his labor, enjoy, get old with his partner. We took the body to the mortuary back home and started planning for the funeral. For some of you that don't know, my dad is a chief. So there's certain things that needed to be done before we could bury him. We went through all the burial rites, whatever they need to do, settle the community, settle the different groups and all that. Last time I was in Ohafia, I was a child. Like, I didn't know anything, even though I still have like little memories, but I had to make it down to Ohafia. I was welcomed so well by the community, the friends, the brothers, that were home. And I went back, started off with buying fabrics, uniforms, all the things they do for burial preparation. The day the car was delivered, the day I bought the coffin, the day I did all the last minute runs, so when I actually realized that my dad had passed. You know what, I'm actually going to bury my dad at the point where we got to Ohafia. First service of song eventually came, which we went, and you know went to church. It was going to be an open air service, which didn't go as planned, and then eventually, we had to do it in church. So at some point, his friends, his family, well wishers had to come sing a song for him, and I'm going to let you guys see the clip where I was singing and worshiping God because he really gave me strength through this period. After that, we went back home for the waykeeping, and it was so amazing. I mean, the crowd that pulled up for the wake up, I didn't expect it. Even the service of song, to be honest, there were still a lot of people. I didn't expect that amount of people, and I'm happy that people came out. I felt the love for my dad. People came from far Benue State, Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt, Owerri, like Uyo, Akwa Ibom, like crazy. Like the amount of people that came can't count. The crowd was indeed massive. The proper burial video will still be posted, but this is just me talking about my feelings and how I saw everything. Next day was the actual funeral, which we got ready in our t-shirts, our judge, and my sister, and we went for the mortuary where we picked up the body, and I got to see my dad. And immediately I saw him, he didn't look dead, he looked like he was sleeping. He's such a fine, handsome man. And I just realized that, you know what, I'm never going to see you again. Like, we had plans. Why did you have to leave? Like, I just felt like it wasn't time. My dad always said, anytime I'm going to shut down Amoke will be on my wedding. And I was like, it wasn't time, Dad. I just felt his presence, and I know that he loved me. He loved us, you know, and I miss him every day. We picked up the body, danced a bit, put him in the car, and headed down to the village where his body was received in his compound. People received him, the community received him, and then we headed to his father's home. And everyone met him, saw him for the last time. And after seeing him, we had to change it to our church outfit and went for the open air service. We're using the village square because of the crowd we were expecting, and I don't regret the location we used because I mean the compound, the house wouldn't have even accommodated the amount of people that showed up. Even during the wake up, it was so tight. Imagine during the actual burial. We went to the village square where we had an open air church service for him, and people, showed up. We had the pastor, the reverend, I mean, and then the service was held. Then I didn't capture some of that, but it will be in the professional video where he was taken to go lay him to rest. I mean, it's normal for you to pick up the sand and wish him well and tell him to go well. I could only wish my dad well, but I couldn't pick up the sand and tell him goodbye because I know he was still here with me. I didn't think he had left. I don't want to tell him forever goodbye because I know that I still feel he's here. I just feel like someday he's gonna call me, he's going to, tell me I'm outside. Tell me long tales, talk about his life experience. I miss him every day. I get to tell him how much I loved him, but I truly did love my dad, no matter what. I know he's in a better place, and I just wish the Nigerian healthcare system did better. This was such a careless death. Nigeria can do better. I see all our healthcare assistants running out, the nurses, the doctors, and I'm like, who's gonna save us here? My dad's such a fine man. I remember how my dad told me when I was really young, and he said, I'm gonna die at 60. I thought it was a joke. We celebrated my dad's 60th birthday last year, October, and we reminded him that he told us that he was gonna die at 60. He wasn't even happy on that day. Like, no matter what we did, the little party, the gift, he wasn't so excited. Like, he knew he was gonna die or something. As if he knew. There was a day he even called me and told me so many things unnecessarily. Like, we had very deep conversations. As if he knew he was not going to be here till the end of the year. But I know he's in a better place, and God has accepted him and has sent his angels to like guide him and be with him and guard him. I hope that they take care of my fine man for me. I'm happy that everyone loved their souvenirs, their gifts, the program books, the t-shirts. I mean, everyone that supported us through this hard time. We truly appreciate. I saw all your prayers on social media. All of you that kept checking on me. Thank you. It's a gradual process, but I know I'll heal someday. It has been so amazing through this tough time for me and my family, and everyone that helped us see this burial successful. So thank you. I'm gonna end the video here, and when the actual professional video is out, I'll let you guys see it. Now, bye guys.